Hello once again YouTube, I'm Darkest101 and welcome once again to another installment of Darkest101 Reviews. Well guys, this is going to be my third review, and seeing as though, once again, I have had very few suggestions, it looks like it's free for Sly Cooper. Yes, it's Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves. As for the last two games, Sly 3 was originally a PS2 game that has recently been re-released as part of the Sly collection. This game was also the last one Sucker Punch worked on for the Sly name before they moved on to more infamous projects. This was also, for a long time, considered to be the last Sly game before Sanzaro stepped in. So, naturally, Sucker Punch went out on the biggest adventure yet. And oddly enough, this game is smaller than its predecessor. Don't get what I mean? Well, stick around and you will find out. So in true Sly Cooper style, we start off at the middle of the end. Unusual, when normally dropped off in the middle of the beginning. But yes, Sly and the gang are ready to break into the island fortress of the villainous Dr. M. How original. I wonder if he's called M because he's a monkey. But along the way, we see the new Cooper gang recruits put their skill to the test against M's security. Tell me if these guys don't sound familiar at all. I dare you.
Showtime, baby!
I endeavor not to miss. I'm pumped!
But we discover that M's fortress is on an island that belongs to the Cooper family, and that he's intent on breaking into the Cooper family vault. Sly, however, manages to get in straight away. Seriously, M, why break through the door when you can just pick the lock? Or better yet, just blow the doors off, like this.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off!
Maybe not quite like that, actually. However, just as the door opens, M arrives and snaps it shut. It turns out that M has the deed to this island, somehow, and claims that Sly is trespassing. Sly manages to escape, however, only to see Bentley in the grip of one of Dr. M's monsters. Oh wait, let me take back my earlier comment, because maybe he's called M because he makes monsters. Sly tries to beat the monster up, but ends up getting crushed by it. We then get the cliched life flashing before our eyes clip. So just to clarify, people, this entire game is played in flashback. Now, in this game, there's not a specific group of villains to beat, rather they have to aid a potential recruit so they can join the Cooper gang. So we head off to Venice for our first recruit.
Getting inside a world-class vault would take a team of world-class thieves. A group of specialists, each member contributing their own particular talent. It was clear that we needed Murray back. Not only was I missing a lifelong friend, but his brute strength helped get us out of more than a few scrapes in the past. When Bentley was injured during the whole Clockwork affair, Murray blamed himself, eventually leaving the team. We tried to console him, but going out on his own was something he needed to do. He said he wanted to find his spiritual center. We got word that Murray ended up in the Australian outback, where he studied a mystic art called the Dreamtime from an Aboriginal guru. From all accounts, things went pretty well, and his teacher even sent him on a walkabout to locations all over the globe to complete the training. Latest reports have cited Murray in beautiful Venice, Italy, but what he's doing there is a mystery. I just hope he steers clear of the local mob boss, Octavio. Growing up, this guy used to be a real celebrity in the neighborhood. Everyone loved to hear him sing opera, and said he was destined to be the next great tenor. But just as his career started to take off, musical tastes changed. Suddenly, it was all about rock music, and no one wanted to listen to opera anymore. He held on to a few fans, and it was these mobsters that took him into the business. Heading onto this guy's turf was dangerous, but worth it for a chance to make things right with Murray.
basically says that Murray may be locked up in local police HQ, and Sly rushes in to check. But however, it turns out to be, oh god, it's him. Yes, folks, Dimitri's back. And he still talks like a fucking stoner.
And you still a crackerbox.
Sly cuts a deal with Dimitri to let him out in exchange for Dimitri telling Murray to meet up with him. This results in Sly having to lure away everybody's favourite furry, Carmelita. Now, some of you may be wondering why I haven't made a joke about Carmelita's shady voice actor throughout each games. Well, you know it, I know it, that joke has been done to death. Let's just move on and leave it at that, shall we? Murray appears to save the day and takes Sly into the sewers. They resurface somewhere nearby and Murray tells Sly what he's doing in Venice. It turns out Murray's been sent to clear up the pollution in Venice waterways caused by Octavio. Am I going to have to start an environmental bullshit counter? I mean, first we had Bisson with his lumberjacking, now we've got Octavio with his pollution. We get it, Sucker Punch! Global warming is a thing! So Sly and Bentley plot how to stop Octavio's pollution. Octavio's actual plan is to drain tar from beneath famous landmarks in Venice so that, when the time comes, he can sink them during an operatic performance to make opera a big thing again amongst the masses. Makes sense. So they use the police to their advantage and have Carmelita drag some of Octavio's goons downtown. They also destroy Octavio's advertising balloons, which leads to one of my favourite lines in this game.
I'm allergic to tomatoes.
I don't know why, that line just gets me for some reason. So, with all the preparations in place, they unleash the heist. Bentley challenges Octavio to an opera duel while Sly loosens the chandelier above their heads. When the chandelier drops, however, Carmelita shoots it and Octavio gets away. Well done, Carmelita, you live up to form. Your aim is just as shit as it was in the last two games. Sly and Bentley chase after Octavio in a high-speed gondola chase until Octavio crashes and Murray appears. Murray then beats the crap out of Octavio and the trio escape. Murray, however, wishes to reconcile with his teacher about breaking off with his training, leading up to the Australian outback.
At first, it seemed just like old times. The gang was back in action. But little by little, we learned that Murray's heart just wasn't in it. Without the Guru's permission to give up on his Dreamtime training, he'd never really feel comfortable returning to the gang. We knew we needed to help him out. So, we packed up our things, whipped up some quick disguises, and headed for the Australian outback. Along the way, Murray told us story after story about his teacher's amazing abilities. Apparently, this guru of his was capable of fantastic feats. He used the Dreamtime to blend perfectly into his surroundings, and even gain mental control over the weak-minded. If even half the stories were true, then this was a guy I just had to meet. Our gang needed to grow its ranks for a chance to get inside the Cooper Vault. And this guru, this outback mystic, was looking like the best recruit we could have ever asked for. However, when we finally arrived in the outback, it was a shock to find that things had changed. And the guru was nowhere to be seen.
Oh my god, are you serious? You're really hammering in this environmental rights thing, aren't you, Sucker Punch? So anyway, they release the guru and plan on kicking the miners off of his turf. Okay, if they were doing this illegally, like by using slaves or something like that, I would condone this activity. I wouldn't have a problem with it. But these are everyday guys doing their everyday jobs. Do they really deserve this? I wouldn't mind so much, but even when Sucker Punch is hammering in this environmental rights bullshit, we go straight ahead and abuse giant scorpions. The fuck? You know what? I'm not surprised. After beating up pandas and abusing eagles, abusing giant scorpions seems to be the natural progression from here. Oh, it gets even better, because after that they straight up feed the miners to a crocodile! Are you fucking serious? I mean... wow! Just... what else can you say? That's fucking messed up! However, after seeing how slow that crocodile eats, I think I've seen it somewhere before. Take a look at this.
I could feel that Cooper vibe coming. Most distastefully bad juju.
So at the end of the episode, we have to destroy the Mask of Dark Earth. They do this by attempting to drop Murray on it. However, it attaches onto Carmelita, who grows to abnormal size. Sly climbs off her bootlaces, no, I'm not making that up, and knocks the hooks off her head, allowing the mask to fall off. So the group recruit the guru and get ready for our next recruit.
Bentley was obsessed. Every night he'd pore over the blueprints to Dr. M's fortress, looking for a way to get into the Cooper vault. He soon came to the conclusion that there was no way inside unless the gang picked up a dedicated RC specialist. An expert who had mechanical and piloting skills far exceeding his own. After weeks of searching techie chat rooms, he finally found someone who could keep up with him intellectually. A gearhead genius out of Holland named Penelope. She politely declined our invitation to join the team, saying she only works for the best. Apparently, her idea of the best was her boss, the Black Baron, a big-time dogfighting champ up there in Holland. He's so good that he's even set up an international competition called Aces to attract worthy opponents. A few days later, she sent us a counteroffer. If our gang could manage to beat the Black Baron at his own game, then she'd know we weren't just a pack of jokers, and therefore, worth her time. So, we got busy. With no time to lose, Bentley and Murray worked to put a plane together, while I got my pilot license the fastest way possible. We'd prove to this Penelope that the Cooper gang was up for the challenge, even if we were making it all up as we went along.
Is this strictly illegal? Is the Black Baron such a big issue that they have to use underhanded techniques to beat him? Granted, he uses them anyway, but you know what, forget it. So the team sneak into this is an oh my god, you! Darwin's fuck up! Yes folks, Mugshot's back! And if you thought he had any credibility before, that's all gone when you push him into an aviator's hat and jacket. And the porn star mustache doesn't help either. So they start rigging the game to go in their favour by instigating vendettas between Team Iceland and Team Belgium. They do this by trashing one of Belgium's planes and framing Iceland, and stealing an Icelandic ice sculpture and framing the Belgians. They then take it to the skies in their biplanes. Let's hope Sly doesn't do a barrel roll! Of course, Sly gets into the finals. Of course, they still have to deal with Mugshot. They do this by luring him outside where Carmelita will bust him. Bentley tricks him by, and I swear I'm not making this up, using a yo mama joke.
Your mother was a broken down tub of junk with more gentleman callers than the operator.
But hey, guess what? If you thought just feeding miners to a crocodile was bad, they get the guru to mount a bloodthirsty wolf and have him savagely attack the Black Baron's guards. What the actual fuck? I mean, seriously, Sucker Punch, What is up with you in this game? You know, maybe this is why Sucker Punch moved on to Infamous after this game. It just became a bunch of sadistic fucks. So anyway, Sly places trackers on the Baron's airship so that Bentley can shoot them down in the final. Sly takes down the Baron's plane and then defeats him in a physical battle, revealing the Black Baron to be Penelope. She created the identity to become a dogfighter, but since she's been defeated, she's the newest member to the Cooper gang. After that, we come back to another new recruit.
After a careful analysis of Dr. M's fortress, Bentley came to the difficult conclusion that his demolition skills just weren't going to be enough. If we wanted to get inside the Cooper vault, we'd have to recruit a full-time demolition specialist. However, Bentley's proposed candidate was a shock. My old enemy, the Panda King. As a member of the original Fiendish Five, he had a part in taking out my dad and stealing pages from the Thieves Raccoonus. Eventually, I caught up with him, and I claimed back what he had stolen. There was no way I was gonna let that monster on my team, but Bentley was firm. He discovered the Panda King had left his life of crime, and was now a monk living the life of quiet meditation high up in the mountains. I wasn't at all convinced, but there was no denying that he had the skills we needed if we were to succeed. So the gang packed up, put on our disguises, and headed east to China.
No! You cannot be serious! This is the third time, Sucker Punch! The third time in one fucking game! So anyway, as you can see, we have to recruit the Panda King. Yay! This first section is actually a playable part of the intro. Sly, thanks to the Guru, enters the Panda King's mind. The Panda King is reliving the battle he partook in with Sly in the first game. Sly, however, snaps him out of it and they realise why he's meditating so steadily.
The Panda King wasn't any more excited about the notion of him joining the gang than I was. If it weren't for the Guru, who for some reason really hit it off with the old guy, the whole deal would have been a bust. We could see the anger in the Panda King's eyes as he recounted how he lost a member of his own family. A daughter who was abducted by a powerful general from the northern mountains. She was to be the bride in a forced marriage to this unscrupulous ruler, and Panda King was exiled. We agreed to help him recover his lost daughter in exchange for his skills in the Cooper Vault job. I still wasn't convinced this was a good idea, but a deal's a deal.
Okay, I'll say it. Aside from Octavio, none of these villains have been evil. I mean, they can be considered bad, but evil? I'm not... Actually, let's take a look at the first game in comparison. Raleigh, he was bad news. He sunk ships and stole their loot. That means he fucking killed people! Mugshot, he was a gangster and held an entire city hostage. Miss Ruby, though annoying as fuck, had an army of zombies ready to kill. And do I even need to remind you that the Panda King buried entire villages in snow? Compared to the Fiendish Five, these villains are pussies. The team plan a way to release Chin King before the wedding. They first, however, have to investigate a mysterious radio signal which turns out it's coming from... No! No, you can't be serious, Sucker Punch, you can't! 4 episodes in and the van comes back! Are you fucking high? I wouldn't mind so much, but they pulled this before. But, hey, give Slow on credit, we actually used the fucking thing! think I'm developing a migraine with all these problems. But their plan is to steal General Tsao's treasure and swap Jin King with Carmelita. Tsao, however, summoned a dragon. Just go with it, T. It'll be much faster if you just go with it. Sly, however, beats the crap out of it and drives away, coming to our next section.
We got the message late one Saturday night. Dimitri was calling in the favor I promised him back in Holland. He'd gone ahead and booked the whole team passage under assumed identities to none other than Blood Bath Bay. Easily the most lawless town on Earth. It's home to a group of cultural hermits who doggedly maintain the ways of their pirate forefathers. The cruise over gave us some time to get the rundown from Dimitri. I guess his grandfather, Remy Lestow, was a pioneer in deep-sea diving. He'd made a fortune looting undersea wrecks. Although his luck ran short when a young cutthroat by the name of Black Spot Pete stole not only his loot, but his precious diving gear as well. A broken man, Remy retired from treasure hunting and eventually started a family. Dimitri, growing up on his grandfather's stories, dreamed of one day recovering the gear. So that was our task. We've been called in to get our hands on this miraculous diving equipment. Not all bad, really. If things go our way, the team might get a frogman out of the deal, which Bentley figures will be a big help cracking the Cooper vault. That Bentley, always thinking.
Me favourite level on all the 7 seas. Sly and the gang take after them treasure map, but Black Spot Pete has it no more, having lost it to Captain Lafouille. Bentley and Penelope move to take the map from him, and we get our first glimpse of our villain.
I'll be just inside torturing the prisoners.
I love Lafouille. With that Irish accent and apathetic sadism. Lafouille is the first villain in this game I would genuinely call evil. And I said earlier that Octavia was evil, but now that's debatable in comparison. So they steal the map and set sail for Dagger Isle. They come across the treasure chest, but Lafouille takes Penelope and the loot, leaving Dimitri with the gear. They cobble a plan together to save Penelope. They upgrade their ship's cannons, take out a mercenary group, and Guru possesses a monster. What? I've genuinely stopped caring. So they travel back to Bloodbath Bay, and Sly reaches Skull Keep, where Lafouille rigs some dynamite that looks like Penelope. Guru arrives on the monster and helps Bentley release Penelope. Penelope then straight up murders Lafouille. What a bitch! So we cut back to the Cooper Vault.
All these memories, they just bring me back to the same place. Getting crushed to death in the fist of some genetics experiment gone wrong. Not the way I thought I'd go out. Shame, really. Now that we've got this big gang, more like a pack of misfits. Either way, we'd become a team. We had some real potential there. Could have pulled off some big jobs. We were so close. The door to the Cooper Vault was opening. But that Dr. M, if there's any justice, he'll get his. I just wish I'd seen what was in there. A stockpile of my family's accomplishments. Would I have measured up? What would I contribute? Would my father have been proud of me or ashamed? Funny, but here I am at the end, and suddenly all I can think about is what a coward I've been towards Carmelita. I never took the next step. Looking at Bentley and Penelope, it's clear what life is about. If Carmelita was here, I'd tell her straight out how I feel, and quit playing around. Put our professional differences aside and see if we can make it work. But that'll never happen now. I can't take this crushing. Just let the pain stop.
Carmelita arrives with her entourage, however, and defeats M's monster. Sly is taken back aboard the boat and is delivered to the sickbay. Meanwhile, Guru manages to retrieve Sly's cane from a magnetic buoy, but drops it into the ocean. Dimitri then goes to retrieve it, but Dr. M is down there with another monster. M takes the game and Penelope destroys some of M's security, and Sly takes flight in the biplane to finish it off. I just come into contact with M in a whale butterfly thing. I already told you I don't care, why'd you keep cutting back? Sly takes the cane back, but only after M reveals that he ran with Sly's father back in the day. Sly, Bentley and Murray enter the vault and Sly slips further in, Bentley and Murray watching Sly's back from M's goons. Sly travels deeper into the vault, testing his skills against each of his ancestors' ancient security devices. He finally reaches the inner sanctum before M arrives. Great job, Bentley and Murray. M and Sly have a fight when Carmelita shows up. You know, that whole watching Sly's back thing, Bentley and Murray, you're not doing a good job about it. Sly takes a shot for her, and she finishes M off, and Sly apparently has amnesia. M then dies as the vault collapses and the team go their separate ways. After the credits, we see that Sly is merely faking amnesia just to get closer to Carmelita, thus ending Sly free. You know, I get the feeling Sucker Punch is trying to do something bigger here to finish off the Sly franchise, but all I got from this was a poorly thought out, ill-conceived mess. This seems to show the more selfish side of Sly than anything else. In the past games, he had a real motive. Okay, you heard me ranting. Now it's time to get on to what counts, the Dark rating. How does Sly 3 stack up? Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves, Dark rating is 64. Now, don't get me wrong, this is still a good game, and some sections are fantastic. The biplane sections are great, and by God, the whole of Dead Men Tell No Tales episode is just fucking epic. But there are a lot of holes here that need to be patched up. Combine this with a shorter story in comparison to Sly 2, and you can really see the problems in sharp relief. Plus, there are a select few missions in this game that are done in early gaming 3D. I think this is what Sucker Punch was trying to do here, was to try and cash in on the whole 3D gimmick. And that's just sad to see such a cool game make such a cheap sellout. Okay guys, so if you hate me for this review, just remember I do like this game. It's just got a few holes in it, that's all. And, as always, any suggestions, please just drop them in the comment section below. Because God knows I need them. After all, I can't do a Sly Feast in Time review until April. Because, you know, game doesn't come out in Europe until March. So anyway guys, I've been Darkest101, and you've been watching Darkest101 Reviews. Thanks for watching guys. Good night YouTube.